Hold on a second.
Good. All right, there we go. Let's get closer. There we go. Brandon, how's your process been just getting ready for this week?
Process has been well, going smooth. I'm blessed to be here.
What have you been doing since you left school? Where you been?
I've been training at Phoenix, Arizona at Exos.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, what's it been like out of Phoenix? You know, we're dealing with cold weather in Pittsburgh.
I've been loving Phoenix. Great weather, great atmosphere, good place to train.
How have you felt about your progress from your freshman time to now, as far as the things you've grown in the most as a safety?
Yes, sir. Just becoming a complete player. Getting around the great guys, great group of guys, great coaches, and just really perfecting my craft every year.
What made you comfortable and confident leaving Pitt early to pursue the NFL and come to the Combine?
I feel like just ready for opportunity. Ready to play the game at the highest level and excited for what this opportunity brings.
You're a guy who's explosive, fast. What's the things that you're most excited to do here at the Combine to make people turn heads?
To show my explosiveness, like you said, just want to put that out there and just continue to be me.
Is there an event we should watch out for?
What should watch them all. Ready to do great at all of them.
Brandon, what's the biggest difference between training as a college athlete versus training as a professional?
Take care of your body. Make sure your body's straight. Make sure it's good at all times because without your body, you can't put out your best performance on the field. So make sure that's up to par.
Do you feel different physically from when you were, in college versus now?
Not really, not too much, but definitely want to put the extra work in and just continue to perfect your craft and continue to grind.
And have you met with the Cowboys yet, formally or informally?
Informally, I have.
Is there anyone else you've met with? Any other big meetings that you've had yet so far?
Yes, I had a lot of informal meetings going through this process, meet with a lot of teams, a lot of great teams, getting some good connections. So, yes, sir.
What's been some of the feedback that you've gotten from coaches just throughout this process, just about what they want to see, what they have seen?
Just continue to be myself, continue to do what got me here, and yes, sir.
Corey Sanders and Archie Collins been an asset to you to get ready for this week?
Yes, sir, definitely. When I came in early, they just harped on the playbook, and the defensive Pitt's playbook is one of the most complicated in college football. So, again, just making sure I just remember everything they taught me, and they've been a great help to me to this point. Yes, sir.
You were put in some tough spots in that playbook, and in that defense, covering on islands and stuff like that. How do you think that prepared you for this level and for the next step?
It prepared me well because you can make a lot of checks, especially at the safety position at the University of Pittsburgh. So that's also prepared me very well.
Who's the best route runner you saw in a game this year? Not the best receiver, but just the best overall route runner.
Best route runner. We play a lot of great receivers. I would say Josh Downs from UNC, probably one of the best route runners that we have faced last year.
Well, what stood out about him? What was it like just getting ready for that matchup? You saw him a couple years in a row.
Yes, sir. This is quickness. He has great quickness, great in and out speed, and just a great player.
Who's the guy going back to Pitt next year that we're going to be talking to a year from now here?
Yes, sir. I would say MJ Devonshire, cornerback number 12.
What stands out about him?
I feel like he just a complete corner. Great speed, great ball skills, and he just got that chip on his shoulder.
What's about Pitt that produces so many DBs to get ready for the NFL? I mean, y'all been having DBs in the draft just year in and year out, and you're about to be another example of that.
I think that goes to Coach Narduzzi and his coaching staff. They preach Pitt hard-nosed football team, and we just emphasize that. The DBs are the leaders of the defense, and once they get everybody on the right page, Pitt's a hard defense to beat.
Is there like a weight on you when you see all those Pitt guys ahead of you, like Vontae Maddox, Dane Jackson, DeMar Hamlin, all those other Pitt DBs who have been successful and made their way into the NFL, and you're like, well, I got to uphold that tradition?
Yes, sir. It's a blessing to play behind those guys, and also to be in the same alma mater as them. But I just want to run my race, and they did theirs, but now it's time for me.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to the Houston Texans?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about playing for a defensive-minded head coach like DeMeco Ryans?
I would love it. I would love the opportunity. I've obviously been for a defensive-minded coach who puts a lot of emphasis on defense, but also just blessed for the opportunity.
You practiced next to the Steelers for years. Have you talked to them at all during this draft process? Have they like approached you? Has there been any communication there?
Not yet, not yet. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity if that opportunity comes.
What's it been like to have 5 other Pitt guys here? Have you guys been hanging out a lot still?
Yeah, it's been great. We're on different schedules, but like we'll see us passing in the hotel, passing during meetings and medical stuff. So we'll always connect and see how each other's doing.
Elijah got the room with Haba. Who's your roommate?
I don't actually have a roommate.
Oh, so you got a solo room?
Yeah, I got a solo.
Hey man, big dogs.
Yes, sir.
Have you had a chance to talk to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at all?
Yes, sir, I have.
Was it a formal or informal interview?
It was informal.
How'd that go?
It went well. Yes, sir, it went well.
What do you know about the Bucs defense, about Todd Bowles, especially with his play, way he uses defensive backs?
I know Jordan Whitehead, used to play for them. So just knowing that they're a great defense, they take pride in their defense. So that was also a good conversation.
What's some of the feedback you've gotten from the coaches who have come to talk to you, even informally, just about your game and what they like about you?
My physicality. Like I said, just continue to be me, continue to do what's got me here. So I really took that in stride and really took pride in that.
What's the best advice you've gotten so far this week? How do you use that advice now moving forward?
Best advice you said?
Yeah, best advice.
The best advice would probably just enjoy the process. It can get overwhelming, it can get a lot, so just enjoy the process because it's a blessing to be here.
Have you watched additional film on NFL players getting ready for the combine? Is there any other? I mean, like you always watch football. You're a studious player, but have you got increased anything as far as watching while you've been getting ready for the combine?
Like I said, during the football season, you'll watch your position. You'll watch some of the best to do your position. So I think I've just been focused on that and just watch the best safeties in the league.
Tell people who you model your game after.
I model my game after. Just try to do everything right by on myself. Buda Baker's a great safety. Derwin James is one of the great safeties in the league too. So those guys play the game at a high level. So I would say those guys are probably the ones that I look up to the most.
Was there something you've been working on since you got out of school to refine or get really right before you got to this process?
Repeat that question for me.
Yeah, is there just anything in particular that you've been working on since you got out of school that you felt you really needed to improve on?
Just continue to grind. It's a long process and it's not over just yet. So every day is something new. It's a new battle. So just really just stay continue on the grind.
What advice would you give young football players that might be trying to figure out what position you want to play on, whether they should pick DB? Why should they pick DB?
Any advice for the young guys? Keep going. Find out what's best for you, what fits you the best. And sometimes you may not know what fits you the best. So also listen to the coaching because the coaches also know what's best for you. They see you moving different maybe on this side of the ball and this side of the ball, but defensive back, that's the place to be. That's the place where you just to get to be yourself and just make plays, and it's nothing better than getting an interception and making a big hit. So yes, sir.
Since you finished playing for Pitt, has there been any part of your game that you said, I got to improve that before I start playing in the NFL?
Yes, sir. Probably take one play at a time. Just being on my feet at. When you make a bad play, you want to get it right back right then and there. So just being on my feet, I take one play at a time.
What's it been like? Have you had any chance while you're preparing for the combine to keep track of Pitt basketball and how they've done this season?
Oh, they've been doing great. Yes, I have. Like, when I was training, I was keeping up on them, seeing how they was doing. But now they have the Pete rocking every home game. So shout out to those boys. How they doing? Nike. Shout out to Nike. He's been playing well. Shout out to a lot of guys on those Pitt teams. So definitely H2P.
You pals with the guys on the team, like you boys with a lot of the guys?
Yes, sir. I know a couple of the guys. Got close, like I said, got close to Nike during this past year. So to see them doing their success and to turn that program completely around, it's been a great feeling.
What are some of the things that you think people don't know about you before this week that they're going to definitely know about you after you do your events?
Yes, sir. That I'm ready. That I'm ready. I've been blessed with amazing coaching staff, an amazing career at Pittsburgh, so just ready to take it all in stride.
Eric Hellick's not here for this week, obviously. What should you guys know about him and his game? Why they should draft him?
He's a great player. Played alongside him my past 2 years at Pittsburgh, and he's a smart, intelligent player. Quick, fast, instinct. A great teammate to play with, and yes, sir.
What did you take from Eric, and what do you think Eric kind of took from you? You guys are a little bit of different players, but,
Yes,
but
sir.
how did you feed off of each other?
I feel like we fed off each other well. Like I said, we do play different, but I feel like we had it mixed well on the field. He knew where I was going to be. I knew where he was going to be. So just like I said, back to his football IQ and his instinct and his leadership as well.
What did you learn from playing with him for so long? I mean, you guys got to play a lot of games together as a safety pair.
So what did I learn from him?
Yes.
I just learned just to keep going. He always hold me accountable. I always hold him accountable. So just really holding each other accountable. That's what I learned from him.
Any ex-Pitt players reach out to you and be like, and give you any heads up for what this process is going to be like?
Yeah, I reached out to Damari Mathis from last year. D Ham will text me too. So just picking those guys' brains still to this day.
What's it been like seeing DeMar Hamlin, obviously go through what he went through, but now be out and about, talking to people, and maybe trying to make it a football comeback here?
Yeah, it feels great to see him doing well, like you said, out and about, because it was a hard time. So just to see him really be back to himself, it's a blessing.
All right, I got some unique questions here for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you think of the Baltimore Ravens, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Baltimore Ravens, first of all, Lamar Jackson, obviously, how he just controls the team, controls the defense, controls the offense, but yeah, just a great football team, a great organization, and yes, sir.
All right, would you rather take a blindside hit from Ray Lewis, going over the middle, or you have to give up cheese? Can't eat cheese for the rest of your life. Which of those are you picking?
I'm giving up cheese. I'm giving up cheese. Yeah, no more cheese for me.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Good luck
Appreciate
this
that.
week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your time here in Indy, you've been getting ready. Is there a sense of anxiousness to do the events tomorrow, and as far as your 40 time, the cone drill? Is there a sense of hey man, I've been training for this whole time, and then it all comes down to just these couple moments with these drills that aren't necessarily part of the things that I've studied my entire college career?
Yeah, you always have just that anticipation of going to the drills, and so, but I trust my training. I trust the trainers at Exos, and trust that everything that's got me here to this point. So it's really just falling back on that to ease and cool your mind. So yes, sir.
What's it like going through the interview process? Were you a little nervous to start meeting with teams and going through that process too?
It was nerve-wracking at first, but just really getting comfortable, and a lot of guys that I was talking to were great. They was great conversation. So just easing into the process and really just taking it all in.
Any experience playing any other sports going back? High school or anything like that?
In high school, I ran track, ran the 4x1 and the 110 hurdles. But other than that, really just a football player. Started playing when I was 9 years old, and that's when that stuck.
Did you play DB right away when you started playing football? Where did you?
Actually, when I came into high school, I was trying to play running back, but my DB, my head coach had threw me to DB drills, and then it was all she wrote after that.
Did you like running back more, or do you like DB more?
So I had an option to play running back on JV, junior varsity, or play safety on varsity. So to get the opportunity was a blessing.
You like hitting people rather than taking hits?
Yes, sir, most definitely.
Did you still ever lobby Coach Narduzzi to give you the ball a little bit at certain points?
Yeah, I did. And I would emphasize something here and there, like let me get the ball, coach. But nah, he's a great coach, and I love playing for Coach Narduzzi.